Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3 Secrets of Change, where today we're going to try to go on a little bit of a run here with Mother Estancia. Let's just crush enemy after enemy after enemy, one at a time. We're going to start with Morcar Hubrisiker.
Steal their futures.
Nearly a full-sized force, but I think not nearly actually threatening to us. And we are going to... Yeah, all of that stuff would have come as reinforcements. Out of curiosity, it does the... Really? It calls that a victory and we don't even lose a unit? Well, shit. I mean, that's probably appropriate. That's definitely appropriate. Look at how actually weak these Skaven are. Yeah, okay. You know what? I'll just take the auto-resolve. I was prepared to fight these out one by one to minimize casualties. So that we could get all 4 stacks down. But if it'll just give us all 4 of them, then we will take all 4 of them. A little bit of instant replenishment. Sorry about the build-up there for ultimately kind of an anticlimax, I guess. But, you know.
No food.
And Throt can't actually reach Fort Ostrosk. So we'll just occupy this, take it over, get ourselves some decent replenishment. Oh, you know what? Maybe he just barely can. Well, if he wants to fight us, he knows where to find us. This is a wild army. Honestly, this army might not be terrible against us. There's only so many Hell Pit abominations we can handle at once. That might work out. That might totally work out. Let's establish growth building, probably drop this building. Well, this is the best chance he's ever going to get at dealing with Mother Estancia. Let's see if he has the wherewithal to take it. Because we don't actually get any of the replenishment pictured here until the beginning of our turn. So during his turn, we are still very wounded. I guess take specialist points. Whatever. For some reason, you have unspent skill points, I guess, you know.
Highborn son.
Okay, so that faction, did they end up settling somewhere else, or are they just running armies right now? No, okay, they have 0 settlements. Because, like, wherever we sent Mazdamundi to, it's hard to believe that he couldn't have picked up a settlement if he really wanted to, right? How does everybody have all of these, like, loose skill points? So, in this army, in the Ice Witch's army... Oh, I guess that's right, Mentor. The answer to the question is Mentor. In the Ice Witch's army, what is going to make the most sense? We took Tor's Battle Hymn before, and I certainly think it's very good. But you know, this army doesn't have a source of in-combat healing. Let's learn Salyak's Lullaby. And y'all are definitely going to just like hang out for another turn and continue to replenish. And is that it? Do I really not have even a single province? Nope. Nothing has the hammer. We don't have any buildings anywhere that could be built for 9,000 or less. Waiting on completions and stuff. Okay. Let's go ahead and knock a bunch of these out. Create some kind of garbage ones just for the purpose of committing the resources. Okay. 577. We're on top of it. We got this. This would not be a terrible time for the Legion of Chaos to turn on us. Like, it would be really bad for us. It would be smart on their part. But they moved right into position to attack Erengrad and then just didn't declare war on us. Kislev is repelling enemies. Oh, right up until the moment where they died. But Tsarina Katerin is coming up behind them in full strength. So Throughout the Unclean is in like a very risky position now. Even if he does come after me, he would be leaving his main settlement unprotected. And at this point, like all of his recruitment stuff has to be pretty much in that one basket, right? Hell Pit is pretty defensible, and it gets a pretty large garrison from buildings and stuff. So I don't know if Katerin would be able to roll up and just like fully break it by herself, or if she would need time to siege it down or whatever. We could probably handle it though. Okay, the humans took over the Temple of Kara. Alright, let's see here. Throt, what have you got for us? Okay, he has come over and begun to siege us. Not attacking, just laying siege. So he didn't want to attack us in the settlement and let us use the settlement's defenses and stuff. We can stop him from sieging, but we'd have to ride out into the field to face him, and so give up all of our positional advantages. That said, now that he's done this, first of all, we get to spend a hex on him, even though it doesn't really do anything to lock him in place. And secondly, we have some options. I'm probably just going to go ahead and attack. I doubt he can beat us in a field battle straight up. Maybe. It is an awful lot of terrifying monster dragon things. So an awful lot of people just sort of like running around the vampire settlements. Not a lot of people taking them back. The AI lacks focus. Okay, Ecstatic Legion's looking real weak right now. You know what we should do is probably figure out how many settlements they have. I don't know. I was kind of assuming that the Tower of Crack is like the front line of their stuff, and that they have a handful of settlements at least further up north. But that might not be the case. We might be able to put them away as well, which would definitely simplify some things for us. And here comes Wulfric being an asshole. If we end up losing Erengrad because we were out harassing the Skaven at Fort Ostrosk, I think it's an okay trade. Like, I think knowing that was going to happen, I would still have done it. But that won't stop me from being really annoyed. Okay, yep, we'll deal with it. Zoya von Nemirowitz is ready to be recruited. Oh, we're starting to take Chaos Corruption in random territories again.
No higher authority.
So, Sergei. This goes to the Jade Sea. That's not useful. Yeah, there's no sea lane teleport up here. Here's a question. Am I allowed to freeze you in place with Coven's Curse Mark? No, you are not considered to be in my territory, even though you are in a bay that I control. That's a little bit of a shame. So it would take 44 turns for Throt to starve us out. Apparently we're very good at surviving these tactics. But you can see he has stopped us from getting our replenishment at the very least. What does this city garrison look like? I mean, basically nothing. It would just be me against his full health force.
Smart, clever for that.
It's not horrible. Oh, Actually, is Help Hit your last settlement? No, do you still... is there still a visible one? Because we took this. They have 2 settlements. Not actually sure where their other one is.
Why are you
Okay, and Azazel is actually just limited to the tower, so that's the thing we could deal with. I am thinking that we just teleport him. This came available. Let's just teleport him home. I am going to select the Haunted Forest. That's a pretty good one. Bye-bye.
By hexes.
You had such a plan. It was such a maneuver.
The land must drive us on. Lift your
All right,
sword
I'm heading
to the
home.
hills.
I don't even really want Fort Ostrosk. I think what I might do here
My
is
decree.
let's ask you to focus on Hell Pit. It's going to cost some of our allegiance, and then I'm also going to
Responsibility to vanquish evil.
offer you Fort Ostrosk because I don't really want to control it right now. You would take a military alliance. You would also pay me 27,000. They would give me all of their money, and they're still positive on a military alliance from there. That's really interesting. How close are we on the we're not close on the Confederation. And obviously you can't do a Confederation in a settlement trade because you're basically just trading the settlement back to yourself. The thing is, honestly, I don't know that I would want to do the Confederation. It seems like a lot of trouble.
Malevolence abounds.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do this. I'm giving you this. Pay me all of your money. I don't know that I want the military alliance. I guess we probably don't have a lot of... It's not super likely that they would like declare war on the Empire suddenly. And they're not really surrounded by my other friends. They're surrounded by my enemies. And in a military alliance, I believe you do get allegiance points faster. So that's something. I'll take this. You know, that's a fine deal.
All Kislev.
Okay. That's your problem now. Enjoy. I just want to own my insanely valuable port. So Sergei... Doesn't really make sense to do that. I don't know. Whatever you're going to do, Sergei, I think it starts with getting back in the water and then getting back up on land through the Shrine of Sotek.
Storm summoner.
So that means we do not have a teleport available
March. There
for these
is no
factions, for these little ones. We'll just head out through the Monument to the Moon. We'll sail to wherever it is we want to go. It's not that hard to get to where the vampires are, at the very least.
Speak to me. Such poisons I
Let's
know.
try to limit the amount of recruitment that gets done over here.
Behind every success.
All right, carrying out successful hero actions, getting even more chance at success at those actions. How are we doing on... Okay, Vasily is available to be recruited again. Well then, I think the question is where. I don't think it really makes a lot of sense to outpost with them, but you know, they're unlikely to lose Kislev. Yeah, who knows? Maybe it'll turn out to be a good choice. Okay. So... I mean, I think we want to start the recruitment in Arnheim, right? It'll be 4 turns before... We're still actually really far off of having the ability to recruit elemental bears, which is annoying. But we could start the recruitment in Arnheim and then sail the army to I don't even know where. I think I'm comfortable with that. Yeah, and we certainly aren't any closer to elemental bears anywhere else. Okay. Recruit Lord, Vassally of the Oblast. Vassally. Do you have, you do not have, the ancillary who lets you recruit people at a higher level? Let's make sure that we change that. You should probably have a toll keeper equipped. Veteran warrior. Okay. So now he is hiring troops in at rank 4. And for cheaper than everybody else. And with more recruitment slots. So let's construct the army of our choice. How are we bringing in... Wait. Should we be recruiting stuff at rank 9? Is that correct?
Lord of all.
Can I get a breakdown of that effect? So I know we have a couple of things stacked up. I'm very surprised about this. Stuff brought in through the global pool is going to have much worse ranks. So I think maybe we just don't even use the global pool. I do want at least one dragon fighting unit. Probably a couple units of cannons. And probably some rank 9 ice guard. So the question here is ice guard with swords versus ice guard with glaives. You can see the glaive units have less overall melee attack, a little bit more melee defense. That's very common for spears versus swords. Their weapon strength is a little bit lower. But obviously they have significant anti-large, while the sword units have a bonus versus infantry. I think we're good enough at fighting large units already that it makes more sense to bring swords. And then let's just lock in a bunch more hires here while in case this is... I don't think we have any temporary effects running, but it's definitely weird that this is like this, so let's just take advantage now. We definitely want to hire in, like... That's going to put us at 11. I do still want some spiders, probably. Wait, can I get... Oh, here we go. I was going to say, are there no things in the woods here? Like, things in the woods have... So the spiders have more defense. Yeah, they're a lot better at the actual, like, stand and fight thing. And then also there's 45 of them. Like, it's really nice to just have some people in the army who can just stand and take a battle, right? So we're pushing up into 5 turns of recruitment here. It is kind of nice to be able to enter it all at once. You're going to be an Ice Witch. We're going to want a Patriarch. We can't actually hire a Patriarch here. Where's the nearest place that I have a church? We don't have a church here. It might be actually really far south. Yeah, we might have to do it like all the way down in Pahuax. But that's not unreasonable. Like it's a little unreasonable. It's not undoable. Yeah, Vitaly, that seems fine. Just a guy who's real tough who can hang in melee.
Patriarch of Kislev. Accept
Yep.
suffering.
Alright, so I would love to get you a bonus to your movement rate if we can. Yeah. Alright, he'll get in the water at like Swamp Town and he'll just sail the rest of the way. That'll be fine. We don't have any regiments of renown in the pool. We do have a ton of allegiance built up with our allies. Ooh, Star Dragon. I don't even know in which way a Star Dragon is better than a Moon Dragon, but I do know that it costs even more allegiance, and so let's get one. Can I get dragons from Eotane as well? I can. Even more expensive. This army is going to have a pair of Star Dragons. That's where we're coming at from there. And then with the Reichlanders, they don't really have troops that I like.
Governor of Kislev's lands.
Yeah, ordinarily you would definitely reduce your training costs to some meaningful degree by hold on. If we hire those in those slots, we can get that to close on turn 5, and then I'm reshuffling things like quietly behind the scenes here in a way that's going to get us finished with our hiring just a little bit faster. We're going to leave the slot for the Patriarch. Okay, so that's going to get us one turn quicker. And then now that all of those are recruited, we actually can just bounce him. Right, I don't think it affects the... everything's locked in now. So I guess let's do that.
I accept only loyal men.
That is literally his job in the army now. Is
Power is
to do
my
that
right.
thing. Oh, he does have recruitment time reductions. That's right. So that is where it would matter. Well, whatever. It's fine. So in 4 turns we might have him start a new army. And I guess for that reason, and because we do have cheaper recruitment costs, like let's start a new one. Let's get ourselves a Zoria. And then
Hexes. Why need I teach when the force is so
just press the button as many times as we can. $4.99. We're getting there. All right, we might lose Erengrad this turn. Wolfric the Wanderer could absolutely just push in here and attack, and we can't actually stop him. And it's worth noting, if he does that, we won't get any replenishment because we won't be in friendly territory at the beginning of our turn. So we'll have to take revenge against him with a very badly damaged army. We'll see about that. Okay, she's sticking to the plan. I don't know where their other settlement is, but I have to imagine if they lose Hell Pit, they'll be like basically out of ability to recruit real units. So should be a pretty bad death spiral from there. Okay, Avalorn is managing against the demon incursion. That's good news. Doing a weird job of like leaving their units outside of their settlements. Don't really know what that's about. Clan Molder is still representing a fair threat on the bars. I mean, obviously we know they have one large and impressive army that is being counted that is not going to be able to exert any actual force. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's really all the red in that bar. It's just that one army with all of the shoot, I can't remember the Hell Pit abominations. You know, the abominations from Hell Pit. I don't think I want to do that. I'm going to join you in your war against the vampires real soon, so you're just going to have to be content with that one there, buddy. Is Reichland not at war with the vampires? That might explain some of this behavior. Yeah, I don't think they are. I think the vampires have been chomping their way through the lesser Empire of Man factions. And probably just like, you know, giving gifts to Karl Franz to keep him sweet. Well, that would make it a little bit more complicated, but not that much. We should still be pretty good at killing vampires. All right, well, Ilariel made them retreat. I guess she had a better sense of their behavior than I did. Still only going to be so helpful. Oh, that's really annoying. It is rated a close defeat, but like looking at this, I can't see any way that this force would beat that force even with defenses and stuff. And we don't quite have the garrison buildings finished yet.
Blows in our vein.
Okay. Well, the thing that we must do is obvious. That is annoying, though, because it is going to, like, completely reset the growth on Erengrad. It's going to lose 2 main settlement levels, one from him taking it and one from us taking it back. Okay, Ostland was destroyed. That's bad news. A new plague. Kind of whatever.
The land's protector. Reduce them to shadow.
Alright. So they don't think we have it with the enemy in their defenses. Actually, I wondered, do we? Because we are pretty torn up. He has a unit of 4 mammoths. That seems pretty good. Yeah, you know, with this army as torn up as they are, I wonder. All right, let's back up. We'll go heal and we'll come back to him.
Just an old woman.
So this is Ice Court territory over
Those
here.
left behind are the land's sacrifice.
We can just grab a little bit of replenishment. You're a nice witch. I've decided arbitrarily.
I'm the storm.
You are a doing whatever witch. Yeah, you've kind of gotten past your really critical stuff. This is fine.
Will of the blizzard.
So how long until we have Jinxland? 4 turns? Yeah,
Seek out Kislev's foes.
I guess just get sailing.
A lung sickness, perhaps.
And in fact, maybe we should,
Beneath the snow.
when we heal up, maybe we should go to the tower instead. That might be a better overall play. Can I do the purification chant on friendly territory? No, it has to be a settlement belonging to me.
Less veneration. Not one step backward.
You're gonna sail up there. There's a single point of Tsi'an corruption here. I'm gonna go ahead and purification chant just to spend the 12, just so we can say we did it.
The smallest of Jesus' children. They survived their hardest weakness.
So Tor Anrock just got upgraded. Yeah, I guess so. It's not like a huge amount of extra money, but it's something. Yeah, this is unconscionable. I do not have a lot of faith in my allies to deal with that, unfortunately. Oh yeah, that's right. I had you doing this. This is still important. Get on land, get healthy. Wow, they're really playing that animation out as slowly as possible though. You know, it is just an awful lot of Legion of Chaos. Like when we look at the North, so much of it is owned by this one faction. Okay, awesome. She just took it. No protracted siege or anything. That is wonderful news. I'm sort of wondering how the Legion of Chaos is maintaining such a large resource base, given that the balance of power bar tells us that militarily they're not any more powerful than we are. Maybe even not as powerful as we are. Maybe a thing that we look into in the very near future, honestly. I wonder how long it's going to take Hexawaddle's armies to starve out. The AI gets some, I believe they get some pretty significant bonuses against attrition damage. Some reductions to attrition damage on this high difficulty. So they might be running around without any viable settlements, without any place to receive supplies from for quite some time, actually. And then, of course, there's the chance that, you know, now that they're actually desperate, they might be able to grab another settlement wherever it is that we shipped their armies off to and start making a living off of that, which I guess would be, like, fine enough. I don't know that I need anything more than that. Just away from me is all I really care about. And also not in control of the vast amount of resources. If I cut the payments... Okay, I gotta pay you. You know what? That's fine. We will make it back in trade tariffs eventually. And I certainly don't need the money right this second. It's hard to tell exactly what the Decadent Host is up to because they haven't actually declared war. They're just sort of like running around repositioning themselves over and over again. But I guess they know that if they don't declare war, neither will Alariel, despite the fact that like this is the moment to get rid of them before they can pick their optimal attack. Oh, interesting. Dude just charged me. Well, now that he's no longer receiving the benefits of the settlement, I wonder. The thing is, I think we can just back up.
Stronger.
I'll still be in friendly territory, but I don't think he has the movement to chase us. Yeah, so this way we can take a hit of replenishment at the beginning of our turn, then turn around and eat him. But he is just like desperate after we punked him a couple of times and also once teleported him directly into our own fists. I think he's so eager to do any kind of damage. Okay, so we've seen this action before. It doesn't seem to have any real meaning. It's true, the Ice Court did attack that settlement, and they did a really good job, to be clear. Let me start with Astankia. Yeah, we got a burst of replenishment that's certainly helpful. So, out of curiosity, where are you based now?
himself to be eaten, yes. Wants to be lunch meal.
Gotta be, right? Well, this is 100% chaos. But the fact that when we double clicked on this faction, it didn't zoom us to their remaining settlement tells us that we don't know where their remaining settlement is. Am I allowed to curse mark you? Nope.
Travel the world seeking jewels.
Has to be territory I actually own.
What are you supposed to be?
Well, I think the amount of healing we've received here should be enough to make this a pretty straightforward battle. I don't really think Ice Charioteer is very interesting, so make you an artillerist.
Curdling milk. Cheeselev's foe.
All right. With the replenishment, I feel very confident. It looks like they do want us to do it manually to get where we're going, so let's make sure that we stick some reasonable debuffs here. Now, I have a million different things. Let's throw some Agony Succession on... Just spell resistance is the only thing that really matters here. Basically just like on all of their melee. We have so many incantations and we produce so many incantations per turn that it feels to me like speed and range down is pretty good. It feels to me like we don't really have to think about these. We can just do them. I know that we have some... Where are those? Well, I mean, the frenzy thing's not terrible. Just throw that on some of their mammoths. Keep them from getting out of the way once the arrows start flying. Ah, here we go. The Typhlosis. This is what I was looking for. All right. Honestly, that's probably enough. But let's also buff up all of our ranged, our basic ranged, and then like physical resistance and extra charging mass. Frostwyvern's Toil is probably not so relevant here. Alright, charge bonus and physical resist up. Let's, I suppose, buff the spiders with this stuff. If they want an actual fight, we will give them an actual fight. And you know what? All the witches will get this rat grit thing just for the Okay, they don't all have bonus range. Well, you two get the bonus range. Okay. And I probably should give you something, huh? All right, let's do it. Let's see how it looks. So the stats on their units are going to be all fucked up. We do have something of a range advantage against them, but we don't have the sort of like organized cannons and then 2 lines of bows advantage that like Sergei's force uses. We're going to be picking at them with witches and spells mostly until they make actual contact. But we have very good witches and spells. Oh, you know what? I didn't throw a debuff rune on Wulfric. Wulfric will himself be on the back of a mammoth as well, I believe. Yeah. Well, whatever. We will figure it out. So, let's, as ever, try to misrepresent our strength. That's right. I can't put the things in the woods outside of the initial deployment zone.
White woman! Mother of Dunkia!
Okay, and then the Watchman in the night can be like hereabouts.
The lads rock!
Okay,
That's it!
let's start by running forward and poking them.
Amongst you tremble. Yet an old woman stands here, fearless before the foe. Now ask yourselves, do you fear the enemy more? Or me?
Swing and a miss. That's a real shame.
Moving my rock.
Wow, she's actually doing a terrible job.
They win.
And once again, we have one of these situations where like the enemy is running all of their horse units toward a forest, despite the fact that that is where they would be least effective from, solely because doing so will reveal the units I have hidden in that forest, which in theory they don't know about. They're not good at pretending not to know stuff. I don't know. It's probably not worth like getting into a big fuss about it. We're not going to be able to stop them anyway. Oh, okay, they did turn short. Gotta remember to put these in guard mode so they don't chase.
Mother of
Okay. All of their mammoths are also moving straight for the forest. That's weird. Let's get the lot of you. I mean, if we can take Wolfric down, it'll do a lot for ending the battle right then and there. Summon ourselves up one of these. You can use your bombardment. Okay, they were smart enough to flee. Wow, he is really suffering there. Okay, so they are revealing us. I don't really want these units in direct combat with the mammoths for the most part. Like, obviously the incarnate's fine, but these are supposed to be anti-melee or anti-infantry. So why don't we have y'all pull back this way, you lot pull back. I mean, pull forward this way, just like run to here. They're trying to get a flank on us, and I don't like it. I'm gonna put up some just like blocking units, really. And we are still a full minute away from the next use of the Bear Spirit. Wolfric's going down pretty quickly here.
Action ambushers!
Okay, there he goes. That should be pretty bad for the morale of the rest of this army. All right, you two, get out of there. We're just going to push up and around and make this work. Okay. This unit of things in the woods could probably use a little bit of a buff and also a little bit of support. Just ride around and hit him in the back here. We should be able to knock down these mammoths pretty quickly. What is also... Oh, the normal things in the woods are also over here. Well, you know what? Let's throw up some effects here. I probably want to withdraw them, but I'm fine with actually having... Here, go flank these guys. I'm fine with having Astankia blocking for just fighting mammoths directly. I think she can handle that. All right, you guys are going to just hit people in the backside because that's what you're for. Those marauders are pretty close to dead already, I think. Yeah, and this might be a good time to drop a really devastating spell right in the middle of a large number of their units. I'm going to maybe withdraw my dude here.
It is my path!
Yeah, you can see the numbers on their infantry dropping rapidly. It moves around randomly, so we're getting a little bit of fantastic luck there, that it's sort of like running along with their retreating units, and it's not like breaking really hard into my units, which it easily could, right? All right. Spider harassment on the mammoths is going just fine. Here comes the bear spirit. Pretty good shot, actually. A little bit of friendly fire there. Yeah, and so much of this came down to his units just not even having the leadership to stand and fight. You got him? They've got him. Thing is fucking terrifying. Just absolutely nonstop. We took 8 losses. I probably overdid it a little bit with the incantations, but like I wanted to be as healthy as possible after this fight, because you know we do have business to conclude. And also, he deserved it. There is that. Mother Astankia is only credited with 1 kill, but she was fighting pretty big stuff for most of the time. There are some survivors here, but like this army is going to fall back from us pretty beaten and broken. And I think let's go to Erengrad. I was falling back because I was considering letting Wulfric have Erengrad for a little while we remove Azazel's faction from the game. But now that we have broken through Wulfric like this, we're going to heal up and get ready for the Azazel confrontation faster in our own settlement. Although I think we won't have the movement to get to it this turn. Should be a little bit of a shame. Let's definitely take the replenishment. We sure don't need money. Okay, yeah. The desperately retreating enemies. Obviously, we devour them for free. It was such a small amount of replenishment that time. All right, we'll just take a little replenishment right here as we advance. You have hit your final skill point, and yeah, just exactly as you ran out of things to spend on. So you're at 47. We're not actually going to be able to max out all of his blue line skills. It's probably irrelevant. Probably doesn't matter. What are you up to? Popping up to the north I don't think is super valuable. We're actually not that far from being able to reinstate our non-aggression pact. We'll just go ahead and take that. And that's trending us back toward almost a positive number. Cool. Okay. We managed to weather that. which is good news.
We Kislevites grow restless.
Okay. So I think there's definitely a question as to whether it is worth leaving an army over here at all. I think it might not be. I think maybe we should just head everybody to the east as quickly as possible. All right, you have your orders already. We know what you're doing. You are continuously leveling up, even though you're not even doing anything.
Only I may wield it.
Cooldown reduction on the heal.
Winter is our comrade. Carry us forth.
All right. So sailing over the deep water, we're going to take a little bit of attrition damage, but we'll be sailing through territory owned by our allies soon enough, so we'll be able to just recover anything we actually take.
If you want something done, send a woman to do it.
Natalia Ropsman, are any of these skills relevant to your role as a hero? Not really. Nor Wood Warden, nor Protective Charms. Okay, well, spread control does also cause a reduction in the control in enemy provinces, so you know it does a little bit of something for her to be taking that. Wow, she whiffed that curse mark. That was not very likely. All right, so we're gonna make this happen. We're gonna do a bunch of these.
Hexes, why did I make the fool do so much?
It's a way of adding difficulty. What if what if all of your buffs were completely randomized? Oh, Tyrannok has some stuff that we can build. The fact is, we just don't have a lot of oh, this is interminable. Hold on. My own. How do I do this? My faction. Animation speed. Fastest. There we go. Problem solved-ish. It is solved like. Okay, it seems like that army had its arrow pointing to that apparent ruin over there. So they might know that it's a Skaven settlement. Or I guess whether or not it is a Skaven. I don't know for sure that it is, actually. Looks like Eotane is going to go to war with these... with the Khemri, which is perhaps not where I would prefer their attention to be gathered. But when they're done with the Khemri, they will, I'm sure, set in on the Dark Elves. So that'll be nice. Yeah, because if they actually take all of the Khemri territory here, they'll end up sharing a border with Nagarond, and that will not stand. Dark Elves and High Elves do not make good neighbors. Why is there a single hero just damaging the gates in Ulthuan? What could possibly be the point of that? All right, Men of the Empire are doing an okay job repelling some of this stuff, it looks like. Gosh, we can see such a large portion of the world that at this point we see what feels like almost everything that's happening. And the funny thing is, it's actually only like a quarter of what's happening, would be my guess, based on how much of the world map we have access to. Okay, the vampires and the Empire are definitely actually at war. We might actually be in position to do something about that relatively soon. To help out. So we don't need to worry about chasing Azazel down. If we go after the tower, he will have to come to us. Wow, that World Walker's army is still coming forward, huh? I would have expected after the loss of Wulfric, they would be in retreat, but I guess they're not thinking of Erengrad as belonging to me already, which it absolutely does. Okay. We definitely want to just go ahead and grab the Spirit of Kislev, not because we want that, but because we value the things that are beyond it.
Through, knaves! Ends justified.
Let's go ahead and reclaim that.
And futility. Who calls?
Yep, fully reset. Just terrible news. Magical warrior or builder? Oh, magical warrior for sure. Reduce those spell cooldowns. And I suppose it's true, we have in fact secured the province.
Extend my authority.
If the frost asks.
Okay, iron ice armor, which is okay, it's pretty fine. And a replenishment rate boost for an army that has been at full health forever.
Roll for me.
Whatever, it's fine.
Which?
So that army's already tired, more or less permanently.
Innovation shall be.
Or wait, did we... I think I might have failed that. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. Lorelorn's finally ready for an upgrade. Okay, we're starting to run out of things that are worth building here. You know what? This building generates money. It's a small amount, but it's not nothing. How did I not even have a market here? Bizarre. All right. That provides access to their global recruitment pool, which it seems like is maybe still not amazing. We don't have any enemies inside of our own territory.
The edges and flowing of morning feathers. Spirit of dark.
There we go. That was pretty efficient. 392. 2 turns until we can jinx again. 1 turn until we can lure. Alright, so we got to take the tower. Then we got to sweep east and... Well, I guess I don't know what. It's worth noting that the Legion of Chaos is not actually at war with Kislev right now. Or with the Ice Circle. Ice Court, whatever. So maybe we can just ignore them entirely? Wipe out the Tower of Crack and then just head south? But I do worry that the moment I don't have Erengrad defended, they will declare on us very suddenly. Seems like the smart thing to do. Oh yeah, look, new legendary heroes are spawning over there. Or not legendary, but unique special heroes. The kind you have to use a right to summon. So that is for sure the last Skaven settlement. I think it's a small settlement, and it's definitely one they haven't had for that long. So whatever recruitment they're doing there, it can't be very effective. Win the battle over Karandkar and then just leave it in the hands of the enemy. So they're sailing over to where the armies are, right? We should check in on Hexawatl again and see if they have indeed grabbed a settlement somewhere. That's what I'm guessing has happened based on the behavior we're seeing here. And once things got bad enough, they did find something that was worth taking. It's kind of an interesting way to generate a very different set of like problems and wars than you usually see. Just like relocating large, powerful enemy armies to areas that they would otherwise not go to. Ugh, Vlad himself. Yeah, it is still the case for the moment that Prince Sigvald and his armies are only at war with they're only at war with the Khemri force in the area. Really bizarre. Okay, now that he recognizes that Erengrad is not his anymore, there is some hesitation. He's like, oh, right, they can conquer stuff. All right. I wish we could set like certain factions as don't watch these ones. I don't care about them. But there's definitely a lot of factions I do still want to keep an eye on. Income from all buildings up, right? Why not? I definitely need more money.
The invention of fire.
30k is not going to cut it. Yep, pretty sure we want to take the range bonus.
Put it away.
So yeah, this is for sure going to be our focus. We are not going to keep playing here, but I do just want to check in. Yep. They took something. That's fun. Okay, well, they're going to hate us forever. We are considered their primary concern, but I can't imagine it's going to be a long time before they're in a position to actually cause any trouble. All right, so we need to spend 392 more Spirit Essence. We're getting there. We're getting there pretty quickly, and we get to, we get to do this thing again this turn. I may as well just go ahead and drop it. I guess, do I want to do it on the tower? Yeah.
The lads reach it.
I was just thinking we're probably going to burn that down before the duration, but it's fine. We'll steal from them for now. That is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. We are rapidly hurtling toward the unlock of the fifth hex. But keep in mind, there is still the great one that is unlocked by having all 5 of these. Like, getting that 5th one open is not the end of the game. It just sort of heralds the final rounds. I assume we're going to have to go through some relatively difficult quest battles toward the end. So all of that stuff is still on the horizon. But for now, that's it for us for this week. Thank you all so much for watching. When you return next time, we are hopefully finally going to put Azazel all the way out of our misery. And we'll see you then.